So, a New Jersey therapist and mother of a one-year-old child stabbed to death more than a month ago and still no arrest. Her sister telling Fox News Digital, quote, "It's unimaginable. It's a complete nightmare. To lose a sibling is the last thing you would expect. I went through life with my sister and in every phase of my life so far. I don't know a life without her. So trying to adjust to that is pretty impossible." With us now is Jon Buehler, a lead detective in the Laci Peterson murder investigation, who testified at the Scott Peterson trial. Detective, thanks so much for joining the program. Normally investigators, when just by the possibility of, the data out there, they look at family, they look to anyone that was in the orbit of the victim. But we don't seem to have any information so far.
Yeah, Lawrence, good morning. Thanks for inviting me on the show. They're not releasing anything, which really shows me that they're guarding specific information very carefully because they don't want that out there. It compromises the investigation. And if you allow too much information out there, if you interview a specific suspect that he has access to that information, it's hard to separate him from the people that could be and the people who were not involved in this. Like you said, they're looking from the victim outwards. They're going to start at the husband. Don't know if he's been cleared or not, but it's a little bit confusing that there hasn't been much coverage on him, denials or any type of worry that he has. Maybe he's just keeping it close to the vest. It could be that. Tradespeople, delivery people, Amazon drivers, ex-boyfriends, clients that she had in her practice. Those are things that I'm sure that they're digging into.
Yeah, let's go to the timeline because June 6th, they found her fatally stabbed inside of that New Jersey home. There's a 911 call placed at 4:30 p.m. No suspects or person of interest. And of course, she is a 35-year-old mother and wife. Are they looking at, just because of her profession, her education background, past clients or patients of her?
Yeah, I would think they'd be digging into that pretty deeply. The one thing about looking at clients is there's a confidentiality in her records when she's dealing with people. And they were going to have to get a search warrant to get access to those. The court's probably going to appoint what they call a special master to review those files so that the confidentiality of her patients remains intact before they release specific information on who a suspect could be. Could be somebody disgruntled at her for something that she did during sessions, things like that. But the mere fact that they're not letting much information out shows that they probably have a lot to work with, and it's only at this time that they're probably getting a handle and getting things leveled out so that they need a little bit more help from the public.
What do you make of the 911 call, Detective?
Well, they didn't release it, and that's a good sign for them, but it's not really a great sign for us because there's not much we can do to comment on it. But it would be interesting to know who it was. And the fact that they didn't put that out there on who made the call makes me wonder that that could be somebody possibly involved in it, and maybe they were disguising a fake 911 call with frantic acting versus maybe they were involved in it.
Detective, it's hard to get away with murder in modern day time. There's just way too much technology out there. Whether it's door cameras, when it comes to the phones, tracking the phones, social media, emails, everything. If you did something, it's going to be out there pretty fast once the investigators start digging. Do you have confidence that they're going to figure out who did this?
Yeah, in this case, Lawrence, I have a lot of confidence in it. The lack of information that they're putting out shows that they've got a lot to work with. And it didn't seem like it was a random attack. When you have multiple stab wounds, something like this, it shows some rage, it shows some anger, and that's targeted to a very small suspect pool.
Yeah, that's when investigators say that the person that did this knew the victim, and so that's going to shrink that pool even smaller. Detective, thanks so much for joining the program.
Thanks, Lawrence. Good morning.
So if you have any information, contact the Morris County Sheriff's Crime Stoppers at cppcall.org or 973-COP-CALL.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.